Hi, my name is Russ Adams. I'm the owner-operator of Escape Design Effects, and these are my top 5 tips for creature design. So tip number 1 is know your materials. You have to know what materials are actually going to work together, what materials aren't going to work together, what things stick together in a creature suit, and what's going to peel off. Tip number 2 is reference material. It's very important to go online and to pick up a bunch of pictures that have something similar or in common with what you're about to create. Gives you a visual reference so that you can keep referring back. Either they're your own drawings or someone else's drawings. They're just there for inspiration. Tip number 3 is to exercise your skill set. Sometimes you want to take yourself out of your comfort zone and do things that you wouldn't normally do or that you haven't learned yet, just so that you can help bolster your skills in another area. And you learn from every piece that you create. So even if it turns out to be an epic failure, you learned something from it. Tip number 4, allow for diversity in their creatures. For instance, we sculpted a lion for a client. Because of the way we sculpted that lion, we sculpted as a lioness, so that way we can get more out of it. Just for the client, we got the lion, but now we have options for a tiger, a lioness, panther. By diversifying your creature, you diversify your portfolio. Tip number 5 is always have a good armature to build on. And an armature is actually like a human analog, like a structure that sometimes a mannequin be something as simple as a hand shape. You're going to build the puppet around the hand shape. If you're sculpting, you want an armature that's going to be the right size, the right dimension. Even if you're foam fabricating, you want to make sure that you have some kind of pedestal or something to build on that is like the person that you're building it for. My name is Russ Adams. I'm a creature designer and a special effects artist. I was on the Jim Henson Creature Shop Challenge. So I got started really young in creature design. I think most of us that get into this particular line of work do. You start tearing apart toys that your parents have spent a lot of money on. But what really actually got me excited about it was, and this is going to sound dorky, but it was an episode of Mr. Rogers. And I remember I was very little at the time. And they had Lou Ferrigno on the show, and they were going behind the scenes of The Incredible Hulk. And so I got to see them on the show transform Lou Ferrigno into this monster, and I was like hooked from that point on. If I had one piece of advice to give anybody who's just coming into the industry, it would be definitely do some apprenticeships. If you know how to do something well, there's a string of other things that I guarantee you don't know. Like when I was on a Henson show, I had no idea how to foam fabricate. It was baptism by fire. I learned right then and there. I wish I had lots more time to be able to put that skill set together. So you definitely want to go in and apprentice.